Hey, it's up.
Okay.
I'm gonna post this and then we'll be good. We'll be good. We'll post these real quick.
Am I on time?
Unfortunately, you are because
Miraculously on
live
time.
tried to play me right now. It tried to jump me. Oh, yeah. What was I
Well,
doing?
hello, everybody.
What's up? What's up?
I missed y'all.
I miss y'all.
Embarrassing me. Let me just pretend like it didn't happen. Works for me. Oh, then my tweet gonna be deleted. Joyce Edwards really has 20 points right now, which is crazy.
Oh wow. Yeah, good word.
Okay, I don't want to. Don't piss me off right now. Twitter. Okay, Donovan, if you want to say your line, you are welcome to do that.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Pull Up 3. I am Paragon Don.
I'm Jermaine.
I'm Jay Trent.
I can't wait to get to my laptop at home because I know when we did the Zoom yesterday, people could not tell that Sabria was talking, and so it looked like the three of us are just listening to like an angelic presence. So I know it's probably looked crazy
And
that people that are on live.
yeah,
Uh,
I can confirm that is what it looks like. It looks like
Literally
uh,
did. Speaking to
but
us.
today is Dia de los Muertos. Today we're going to talk about Unrivaled 1v1, uh, UCLA versus USC, top 16 predictions, and am I missing anything?
yeah, we got there's gonna be some transaction stuff in there. Um I gotta get your opinion on a couple of things. So
So where we like to start?
Let's do USC
yeah,
UCLA first.
I was thinking that too.
All right.
So
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
okay. So obviously, UCLA is currently the number one team in the country. They have earned that to this point. They've played like it. Um, Lauren Betts is playing like the national player of the year, and she should be that at this moment. So I guess the best way to start this is what is the way for USC to win this game?
You know, it's so funny. I was gonna like when I was thinking about this earlier, I was like, I'm gonna ask Jay what is his keys to success.
Okay, well, I can we can make that work.
Uh,
So
we want to
for
start with
me,
USC.
yeah.
I meant to
So
pull up the score from last season, which I know like the last season score is irrelevant. They're two fairly new teams here. Um, we got to flash back just a tad bit and I um to discuss this because I don't know. I feel like first of all, in order for USC to win, Juju has got to get out of this shooting slump. My sister needs to be free. I don't know what is on her spirit, but I needed to release her. Release her today. And I do mean today, like right now, like in the warm-up, she need to be feeling it. And obviously, like Juju will still get hurt, so it's like that's not a major concern for USC. Honestly, I think the important thing for them is going to be boxing out, keeping UCLA off the glass, and also finishing their shots. Like, I don't know what's this little slump. I think the whole team might be in a slump, low key. Because they have not, everybody been struggling to finish around the room. Juju, Kiki, just everybody. And that can't happen because you need to be able to get the easy ones where you can. Because in the half court, like Lauren Betts is right there. So they're gonna have to, in transition, definitely finishing more shots and for sure rebounding, boxing out. Or it's gonna get real spooky real fast.
Yeah,
I just want to say,
go ahead. Go ahead now. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, mine is not going to be as like technical as yours is probably going to be. Uh, what this reminds me of is, do you remember when Chris Webber was like keys to the game for LeBron? LeBron, wake up. LeBron, get dressed. LeBron, show up to the game. Like that was the key to Miami's winning. Like that's what this reminds me of for Juju. And like at the risk of sounding like the TNT crew, I think when it comes to big games like this, like your star's got to be it. Like this is the time where if you're gonna get right, like now's the time for you to get right. And it's just very hard pressed, or it'll be a very. I just can't see a way for USC to win if Juju and Kiki, but specifically Juju, continues to struggle. Like they have to have great games, and more than likely they have to have great games together simultaneously. So, yeah, that's really just my 2 cents of it. They can do all the little things, but if them two don't show up, it doesn't really matter.
I feel like
Go ahead, Jay.
okay, I feel like Kiki on the glass is probably going to be the biggest thing because we talked last week about Jermaine was talking about the game that UCLA had where they were able to pull the win out, but it felt like they were kind of struggling down the stretch because it felt like a Lauren Betts or bust type of offense for them. And to me, I think what's going to the best way for USC to pull a win out is to win the possession battle, which means you cannot allow Lauren Betts to crash the glass and continuously create second chance opportunities for the UCLA offense. Because eventually, if she continues to get the boards and pass those shots out, those attempts are gonna start to fall. Like Kiki Rice doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but she shoots them at a pretty decent clip though, in terms of accuracy. She doesn't shoot a lot of them, but you got London Jones who is pulling them, and
if this honestly just a tad, let me go stop you right there just for a half a second. If this is the London Jones shooting night, they're cooked. I have nothing for them. They're cooked. I'm so sorry to USC. Thanks for coming. Actually, this is a home game. Sorry, gotta go home. Sad girlies. They're good. If this is the London Jones night, I don't.
Because so I'm looking now. She is currently up to almost 38% from three this season on almost 6 attempts per game. If she's able to get going from the outside, and I know USC runs a lot of 2-3 defensively, so those catch and shoot opportunities for UCLA are going to be important because they kind of USC's defense kind of swarms you when you get the ball. They like the full court press on the way down. And then once you're down there, they go into that zone and they like to trap. So if you can get those quick opportunities off the catch, you're going to force USC to play from behind. And we've seen USC get in those situations and start pressing, and then they start forcing bad shots. So if you're USC, you have to look defensively and on the glass, whether it's offensive or defensive. You cannot. I don't want to say you need to be chucking because you don't, but you have to get up more shots than UCLA to win this game. You cannot allow UCLA to continuously get second and third chances on offense. If a shot doesn't fall, Kiki needs to be on the glass, or Ryan Marshall needs to be on the glass. And let's get back down here. Let's get back down court. Let's run our offense. Let's get set up. Let's run in transition. Do not allow UCLA to set up their defense because that's when they can force turnovers and they can force you to take tough shots. So that's it for me. I feel like USC that the key to me is winning the possession battle, making sure that you got more opportunities offensively.
I agree with that. Which I mean, obviously, I feel like that kind of plays into them boxing out. Because even like not even just Lauren Betts, like um Gabriela Jaquez will literally run from the corner and get a board. Like she is super active all the time. Um and, Duga Leach, like she's come along really well. And so like yeah, USC gonna have to get serious. I mean, I looked last year, they split the games. They split the games. Um, no surprise to anyone, but UCLA won the first game. And let me just where did she go? UCLA won the first game, and where is USC? Okay. USC was the 9 seed at the time. And I'm tripping. No, wait, they lost both games. JK, they lost both of them. I was about to say the London Jones experience. No, they
Okay.
played. Okay, no, I was right. They played them 3 times. That's why I'm like, I know I just saw this. London Jones, they played them 3 times. The first time UCLA won, and London Jones had 21 points. Okay, so
Right.
I knew I
Yeah.
wasn't bugging. She had 21 points. That lady was 8 for 12 from the floor. Okay, let me see how many threes she hit. She was 5 for 8 from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
Again, if it's the London Jones shooting night, they're cooked. I don't because I mean, okay, I will say, while the team that USC had last year, um, I think they were obviously it was Juju and the Duets really. Um, but I will say I do think that team to me looks better in the sense of like they felt cohesive. Like I
Mhm.
know this was all about Juju, but like the other players were still like hitting timely shots, getting the rebounds, defending where they could. Like it felt like it worked in a way that current USC is not until the freshmen come in. Now, when the USC freshmen come in, I am deeply moved all the time. They be looking crazy, and then the freshmen get in, and you like, oh, like they might actually got a chance to win now, which is insane. But um, I will say though, I think this year's team is better defensively than last year's team. And mostly because of like Juju's always been a good defender, but I think Kennedy Smith really just does a really, really good job um as a perimeter defender. So, it might not be the London Jones shooting night because Kennedy Smith might be on that. She might be on that. Um, but then again, it's like, do you put her on Kiki?
See, that's why I feel like that's why USC goes on. Like I feel like we see a lot of zone. I don't know how when because I think what UCLA is gonna look to do, the first thing they're gonna look to do is to feed the paint. That's gonna be one. But if that's not there, they're gonna be looking to kick out to those perimeter shooters. And in that case, I think USC going zone would help them be able to rotate. So
Yeah,
it kind of gives you a chance to recover. Because if you in man and your man beat you, then she getting to her spot and she putting shots up.
I will say they really. I mean, I think zone will probably be. I think at least that's what they start with, because Ohio State, they was kind of running man at the end of that game, and they had Asia Petty looking out there crazy. Okay, like defending Lauren Betts by yourself is nuts. I'm sorry. Like at this point, you need to put two to the ball. Somebody else gonna have to prove some to me tonight. Um, somebody else gonna have to prove it because it's at least help. Put a hand in her face or something. I don't
Right.
know. Swipe for the ball. Do something. Like you can't.
Like find a way to make her uncomfortable.
Yeah, you don't want to just like
Like
leave
and
somebody on
so
that.
it can't even it probably won't be a thing where you throw the same defensive look at her every time down the floor
Hmm.
because you kind of want her to be guessing. You kind of want her to say, okay, well, are they gonna put the ball or are they gonna like let's say do you have one defender on the weak side, one defender guarding her face up and the other one on the weak side of the rim to be able to close out on those drives when she's backing down. So I don't know. But I think, like you said, if they're boxing out and they getting rebounds, that's their best bet. And from that point, you just got to knock shots down.
Yeah, and I think for the flip side for UCLA, um, I think their thing will have to be taking quality shots, and not so much rushing it. I know I was kind of talking mess about them for being Lauren Betts or bust, but that shit works. At this point, we until somebody don't stop giving the girl the ball. I don't want to see nothing else. I don't want to see nothing else. Um, and so I think it's gonna be really important for them to take quality shots and not doing too much. They're really active on defense and also being on the boards, and I think that'll help them a lot too in terms of getting quality shots. But um, yeah, I think quality shots will be there more, especially from the guards, because it could get real sticky real quick, especially when Lauren Betts is not in the game. Just going like looking back at the Ohio State game, I don't know if we talked about them in the last episode, but either way, like Ohio State really just took their foot off the gas.
Mhm.
And it's like, had they not done that, I think UCLA ended up winning by like 15 or something. But they didn't even get it didn't even like get to that margin of victory until like the last 5 minutes of the game. Like Ohio State was playing them close and being super active. And so for them, like playing their pace too, because I think USC will try to speed them up. Um, and while I think Lauren does a really good job of that, I don't know if I think everybody else does a good job of that. So, um, yeah, just I think theirs will be taking quality shots and playing at their own pace because when they can control the tempo, I think they have more success.
Yeah, and I expect USC to push the pace early and try to get out in transition and get looks before UCLA's defense can get set. So,
Yeah.
all right. So now let's look at the projected top 16 in the tournament. So I'm looking at on NCAA.com. Autumn Johnson has put up her latest bracket updates. So her 4-1 seeds are UCLA, Notre Dame, Texas, and South Carolina.
UCLA, wait, say it again.
UCLA, Notre Dame, Texas, and South Carolina.
No. I mean, if that's the order of like
Well,
South
I don't think I
Carolina's
think
four,
I
I'm not.
think the order I think the order is because they got 1, 2, 4, 3.
Yeah.
So if I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, it's UCLA, Notre Dame, South Carolina, Texas.
Okay. I'll allow that. I'll allow that. I'll allow that. Honestly, because too many people are doing this thing where Texas is jumping South Carolina, and I'm just like, y'all are doing too much. They didn't win by that much, Bookie. They won by 4 points. And South Carolina hit like they didn't even hit their season averages. So like I'm sick of seeing it. I'm sick of seeing it. All right. That's my rant for today. But no, it's just, it's like honestly, I don't want to give Texas that credit. And not because they beat South Carolina, but because like as a team, it's something about them that just makes me not believe in them. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just like something about them, I'm just like, something's not quite right here. And I don't know what it is about them that I don't like. But um but to that point that there's nobody beneath them that I'm like, you have a better case to me.
Hmm.
Because
Okay, I
her
think that's
next
fair.
four are probably what? LSU,
Let me see. Let me look at the 2 seeds specifically. So
LSU,
it's
UConn,
LSU. So it's UConn, LSU, NC State, USC.
NC State. No, ma'am. No way. It's no way NC State is a 2 seed. No, ma'am. Hold on. No. What? NC State. Hold on. Let me look at the top 25. Maybe I'm tripping. Hold on.
Let's
I'm
see.
tripping. NC State is crazy. NC State is crazy. I'm sorry.
Let's look at it.
They're number 10 on the
NC State is 10.
in the poll. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay. All right. I see what her vision is because Kentucky just lost to Ole Miss. I ain't believing them anyway. Ohio State, they just lost to UCLA, but I feel like
I mean, yeah. I mean,
it don't really, yeah, that don't really,
yeah.
it's like I would want to put, I almost want to put Kansas State as a 2. And I
Ooh.
know that sounds crazy because they just got blown out by Oklahoma State. But hear me out. Hear me out. They have been playing without a Yoka Lee and still winning. And I think that's a big feat. NC State gonna be coming back to the top 2 is just that just feel crazy. But we might have to allow it.
The
They just barely beat Miami. Like, how are you a 2 seed? Like,
yeah.
no, I mean, if Miami was a smarter team, they would have lost. Oh, this
So
March Madness is gonna be a mess. Lord Jesus.
the 3 seeds here are Kentucky, North Carolina, Ohio State, and TCU.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. K-State can't even be a 3 seed.
Yeah, so when you said K State, I was looking, I was like, oh, she got K State as a 4 seed. So the
Oh,
the
girls.
the 4 seeds are Tennessee, K State, Oklahoma, and Duke.
Okay. Okay. Let me look at what Duke plan. Duke, it's all them every North Carolina school be stressing me out. I don't know what y'all got going on over there, but I need to see something. I need to see where the standings. Like, look at this. Kentucky getting their ass beat right now. Oh,
Kentucky
look right
Kentucky
now.
might yeah,
UNC,
this
Virginia Tech and UNC are playing right now, and Virginia Tech is up by 1 point. UNC, what are you doing? I mean, I know Virginia Tech just got one of their players back, I'm pretty sure. But still, what's going on?
Maryland can't be a 4 seed.
They
Maryland.
on a backslide right now. This was the wrong
Yeah,
time to backslide, but they
we
on a
just talked
backslide. They cooked.
before we started we were talking about Maryland because I think Maryland is about to lose by 20.
They lost by 20 to
Yeah.
Nebraska.
Yeah.
Nebraska though is sneaky good. Nebraska's they yeah, they'll get you. They'll get you. You play a little too, yeah, they'll get you. You
Yeah.
fly a little too
And
close.
for the record, Maryland is up here as a 5 seed. It's Georgia Tech, Michigan State, Ole Miss, Maryland.
Yeah, I might move Ole Miss up. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Hold on. Let me
Where
look
was
at this.
Tennessee?
Tennessee was a 4 seed.
Okay.
Tennessee, K State, Oklahoma, Duke.
See, this is the thing. See, this is the problem with Ole Miss. This is the problem with Ole Miss. They just beat Kentucky. They just beat Kentucky and they beat Vanderbilt as ranked wins. But let me just show you I'm gonna just go through all the people, the ranked games that they played that they lost. The starting season, USC was a 3 seed. They lost by 2. They played UConn when UConn was a 2 seed. They lost by 13. They played NC State. They was unranked at the time and they lost by 7. That was a game. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. They did lose to Texas A&M, but we'll let that slide. They lost to Alabama by 6. Yeah, that's 6. They lost to Texas by 4. No, that's 3. And they lost to Oklahoma by 10. But they beat Vanderbilt by, what is that, 15? Can I do math? Yeah, 15. So it's like,
Bless you.
thank you. If they beat Tennessee or LSU to close the season out, you got to make them a 4 seed. Because I feel like they have been too close. They've been too close to not like, I don't know. I think they would deserve a 4 seed.
I think there's a case for that.
UNC, North Carolina State, and Duke. All 3 of them stressing me out.
It's just it's the whole state right now. They just all tripping.
Just like for real, what's going on? I don't know. It's
So
go
I'm
ahead.
looking at the what she's got as her last 4 in, and she's got Nebraska, Harvard, Virginia Tech, and Arizona.
As did she got hold on? Nebraska, Harvard. Who else you said?
Virginia Tech and Arizona.
Let me look at Arizona real quick. Where is Louisville?
Louisville is a 9 seed.
And Virginia Tech is the last. Hold on. Arizona. Arizona is 15 and 11, 9th in the Big 12. Ooh, girl. They doing bad. Well, okay. Last 4 in. But then again, like Harvard. Okay, so where do they have Princeton and Columbia?
Princeton is first 4 out.
Princeton is first row out. Columbia not there at all.
Columbia is a 10 seed.
Ooh. Hold on. Let me pull up all these standings. Let me go to the Ivy League real quick because the numbers are not numbering right now. Columbia has been really good though. Or they're typically really good, I should say.
Hmm.
It looks like for the 2024-2025 Ivy standings, Columbia is 17-4, but they're 8-0 in conference. Princeton is 7-1. They're 16 or 7-1 in conference and 16-5 overall. And Harvard is 6-2 in conference and 17-3 overall. So Harvard's 2 losses in conference are from Princeton and Columbia.
Okay.
Hmm.
And they lost to Princeton by 2. I'm not Columbia by 9. I'm not. I think I actually watched that game that they lost by 9. Let me see who Princeton has lost to. Quinnipiac was really beating them. Lord Jesus. Duquesne, Quinnipiac, Portland, Utah. That's a good game. That's good. Is Utah on there? 8. Okay.
Yeah,
Columbia.
Utah is a 7 seed. It would actually be Utah, Columbia in the first round.
Okay. That's hilarious. Um, they already played each other, I think. No, that was Princeton. All right. All right. Is Indiana on there?
Let's see.
They stink really bad.
Indiana is also a 10 seed.
They bad, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Indiana has been ass. I don't understand what they got going on either. Because
Let's see.
your starters have been in your program for like 4 years. What y'all doing? Y'all just lost. Who they just lost to today? I saw it today. It was a close game too. I had to double take.
Let's see. Indiana lost. They lost yesterday by 3 points to Michigan.
Exactly. Where is Michigan?
Michigan is.
They
Let
kind
me
of on
see.
a little
Michigan
run
is.
right now.
Yeah, Michigan is an 8 seed.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay. If Indiana's a 10 seed. And Arizona is first four out. What
Arizona is last four in.
Last four in. Okay, where's Iowa State?
Iowa State. Iowa State is a 10 seed.
Okay.
So it would be Iowa State Vanderbilt in the first round.
Ooh, no, ma'am. Not winning, please, Lord. Charlie, don't make that the bracket. Lord Jesus, don't make that the bracket. Oh, is Seton Hall on there?
No.
They got butted out. I think they were on, was it ESPN's?
Maybe.
ESPN's or Charlie Creams. They were on the last four in. Okay. I'm trying to get like a feel for like where people are falling. And you said Michigan is a 10 seed too?
8. 8.
8. Okay. Okay. I buy it. I buy it. Arizona ain't made a lot of noise, but I think um Arizona and Harvard, whoever the last four in, I think that makes sense.
Yeah. Arizona, Harvard, Virginia Tech, Nebraska.
Virginia Tech and Nebraska. See, that's the problem. Like both of them are teams that like they might get you. They might get you. Like you need to be serious. You need to lock in because they might get you if you just. All
I
right.
can't
And
I can't
then
wait for them to get a team and then we can run this audio back.
and then the first four out was Washington, Colorado, Princeton, and Florida.
Florida. I, Florida is 12-12. Is Mississippi State on there?
Let me see. Yes, Mississippi State is a where did I go? Mississippi State is an 8 seed.
Okay, okay. Florida stinks. Oh wait, okay, it's Texas A&M on there. That's actually who I meant to ask.
Let's see. Nope.
I might put Texas A&M over Florida. I ain't gonna lie.
So first four out, you had Texas A&M.
Yeah, Florida stinks. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them. Sorry to them girls. I don't want to see it. No, I don't want to see it. I mean, Texas A&M hasn't been great, but at least I know they'll get out there and defend. Florida, Ooh, child, they don't know. Sometimes they don't know which way is up. That's terrible. And Texas A&M just beat Kentucky. So I feel like they need to get
That's
that.
fair.
They need to
That's
get
fair.
that.
Let me see. What was that?
Florida beat. Oh, that was like a couple weeks ago. What day was that?
Okay.
Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was like 3 weeks ago. Um, Florida, like, who have they beat that was like, okay.
Yeah, Texas A&M had a little actually, um, Texas A&M did beat Kentucky, and they have not won a game since then.
Okay, but still, Florida
But so I'm looking,
Florida
but
hasn't beat anybody. Like
yeah,
I'm looking at Florida has lost to Miami. They stink. Florida State, they on a little backslide right now. Tulane, girl, what? JMU? Uh, No shade to the girls, but like, come on.
yeah,
UNC beat them by 20. Alabama. Ugh.
yeah. So Texas A&M after they beat Kentucky, they lost by 13 to LSU, and then they lost by 21 to Arkansas, and then they lost by 20 to Texas, and they lost by 13 against Auburn, and then they lost by 10 to Missouri last Sunday.
You know what? Maybe neither one of them need to be invited. Actually, I've seen enough. Losing by 20 to Arkansas? Girl, go to hell.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And then Monday they play Alabama, and then next Thursday they play Florida. So that will be one of the games of all time.
Look, girl. Anyways, I don't maybe neither one of them. Is South Dakota State on there?
Yes.
Okay.
South Dakota State is a 9 seed. It will be South
Exactly.
Dakota it'll be South Dakota State, Mississippi State in round one.
Exactly. And that would be actually nuts. The people need that one, actually. We need that one. JMU is at the top of their conference. I didn't mean to shade y'all, my bad. They're actually at the top of their conference. Sorry, girlies. Um, is Gonzaga on there? They've been terrible. Not terrible, but they haven't been as good as they were.
Gonzaga is a 14 seed.
A
So it
14
would be
seed.
so it would be
Mm.
Gonzaga TCU in round one.
Uh, I don't even want my sisters to have to go through that. Nope. Nope. Mm-mm. I'm not feeling that. Texas Southern leading the SWAC. I would not have guessed that. Interesting. Interesting.
Yep, and Texas Southern Notre Dame is the
Girl, go to hell. Go to hell. They be giving them children the worst things, bro. Like Notre Dame in the first one? Shit, they might should have seen Iowa State. I don't know, girl. What? Oh Lord. Bless their hearts. Oh, where's Belmont?
Belmont is a 12 seed.
Okay, that's cute. Is Drake on?
So it'll be Belmont, Ole Miss.
Ooh, that's kind of fun. Is Drake on there?
No, Drake is not on here.
I might get, well, I swore Drake beat Iowa State. No, they beat UNI beat Iowa State. Okay, never mind. They did play both of them really close though.
Oh,
They're
Drake is 16-8.
Yeah, they're a pretty good team. Their losses were to Iowa, Iowa State, Wyoming, Creighton, Belmont.
Murray State and Missouri State.
Yeah.
Yeah, Missouri State beat them in OT. Okay.
And they got their lick back against Murray State, so like real
They
bad. So
did.
I feel like
They did. And they actually on Saturday they played Belmont. So that could be another one.
they got what's her name? Oh yeah, Katie. She be hooping. What's the other girl name? Let me see. Look at their roster. I think I'm thinking about the girl from UNI actually. What's her name? I think it's like Kayla or something.
I'm looking at these first round matchups. South Carolina versus NCA&T. Look at the
Rip to them churn. What the world?
Aggie Pride.
All right.
yeah.
Where's Wake Forest?
Wake Forest better not be on it. I'm not even
They are
playing.
they are
I'm
not.
not joking.
They are not.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they are unserious. Wake Forest on that fucking list. Ain't no way. Wake
Why
Forest is
does
literally dead last in the ACC. What the hell?
why does the Big Ten have more teams than the SEC?
Because they switched them around.
Yeah, it's I, conference alignment is doing a thing right now. So
That's not good. It's not good. Send
no,
these kids back to where they was at. Oh, child.
yeah,
Well, but you know what? That's why it feels so off. Like Virginia Tech being the last four in, and them being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're 10th in the ACC. But also ACC has 20 people up in here. So
Mhm.
it's like you kind of good, but you kind of not. Um, the Big 12, you said Colorado was the first four out.
First four out was Colorado.
Okay. Did Creighton get up? Where they at?
Yeah, Creighton is I just saw them. They are 9 seed. It would be Creighton. It would be Creighton against Michigan.
Ooh, interesting. I'm kind of moved by that actually. Kind of moved by that. Um, did Iowa make the cut? I mean, yeah. They had to if Indiana and Washington made it. Were they like
I, I think if I'm looking at the
Yeah,
same thing Jay's looking at, they're a nice seed.
yeah. Iowa is a 9 seed. It
a
would be Iowa.
Nazi?
Yeah, it would be Iowa against Richmond.
Richmond might beat them actually. And I'm not just saying that for the pride for my city. They're actually really good. A Nazi, that UCLA win is, I mean USC win doing a lot. I don't like that.
Yeah,
I might not be that good.
that's really it's a lot of heavy lifting there, but you know that's a big boost to the resume.
No way. That
Uh,
A
my
Nazi
I have
is
one where they're a nice seed and they play Louisville.
what Louisville is.
Uh,
See, on the one I'm looking at, Louisville is also a 9 seed. So I guess the one
Louisville
down we
is
got
a
Louisville is an
eight
8
seed.
seed.
No, there's no way Iowa should be a Nazi. Like 13 at best.
Jay, you
Like
looking at ESPN's or something else?
No, I'm looking at NCAA.com.
Okay, my bad.
you looking at ESPN, son?
Yeah.
No way
Okay,
Iowa.
so Iowa
Okay.
is 17-7, but let's see,
Their wins are against
and they're
Virginia.
7-6 in the conference too.
To be a Nazi? Well, what's Michigan State?
Michigan State is a 5 seed.
ESPN also has Michigan State as a 5 seed. They'll be playing James Madison.
Over here they will be playing Florida Gulf Coast.
Ooh.
On mine, Florida Gulf Coast is playing NC State.
That's actually the matchup we need right there. Because that is going to get real spooky really fast. Hold on.
Yeah,
Yes,
this
we're
one.
on something there. Iowa as a 9 seed.
This is really pissing you off.
No, because the people they've beaten substantial people, I suppose. Virginia Tech, who's the last four in. I don't think any of the rest of these people are getting in. You lost to Tennessee. They did beat Iowa State. I'll give them that. They lost to Michigan State. It was real close with you and I. They did beat Purdue, but Purdue stinks. They went on like a 5-game win streak. They beat Washington. But Washington is the last four in. Okay, they beat Minnesota. They beat Minnesota and Nebraska.
Jay, what team do they have Iowa State playing again?
Vanderbilt.
Okay, this one has Iowa State playing Michigan. Michigan is the 7th seed and Iowa State is the 10th seed.
Yeah, this one has Iowa State as a 10 seed, but they got Michigan as a they got Michigan as an 8.
Michigan versus Iowa State. Okay, I'll allow Iowa being a 9 seed. I see the vision. I see what's happening. I see what's happening. Iowa State versus Michigan.
West Virginia versus Harvard. It sounds like a really good game.
I got the
It
same one
will
over
be.
here.
It
It's
will
the
be.
same. It's the same over here too.
That will be a good one, actually. I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
This one has LSU versus Purdue Fort Wayne, and although that game should not be close, it will be just because of how LSU operates.
LSU. I think LSU gonna get serious.
Are they? LSU just does just enough to win. Like they don't do any more than that. Like no more than that. I mean, I think they should beat the hell out of Purdue Fort Wayne. I mean, Purdue Fort Wayne is like a decent team, but I think they should beat the hell out of them.
Yeah,
But
mine has Purdue Fort Wayne against USC, and it has LSU playing Southeastern Louisiana.
I'm not pleased for either team. I'm so sorry. I'm not pleased. Rip to them girls. Lord. All right. I was not seen. Okay. I'll allow it. Is there anybody
So
else that I've been like thinking about? Oh, which is wait, that's saying.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
I'm just looking at is South Florida up there? Are they like a 10 seed or 11 seed maybe?
South Florida is not up there unless
No USF? Oh my God.
they're not up here at all.
Okay, well, all their ranked that matchups, they look crazy. They did beat Duke. Hold on. Hold on. Now, if Iowa State can get, I mean, if I can get, hold on. All right, well, no, they lost to North Texas. All right. All right. Never mind. Never mind. That's
All
funny.
right.
USF is usually on the they usually make the tournament. But anyway, go ahead with your saying.
Okay, so really quick on the transaction front, um, did we talk about Letitia Amir getting her opportunity? She's signing with Golden State.
No, I
They
don't think
they
so.
claimed her off waivers.
As they should have. As they should have.
Congratulations to her.
That was
Yeah, I'm
dope.
happy for her. I'm happy for her. I completely understood why the Dream waived her. I would like to see I'd like to see her get an opportunity because she's such a versatile defender. I'd like to see, and to me, I feel like Golden State is in such an odd spot to where they can afford to just take upside swings on players. And I think she could be worth an upside swing based on her ability defensively. Because when she would get spot minutes for the Dream, she was flying around defensively. Like she is a havoc creator on defense. I think that's the best way to put it.
That's a good way to put it.
So I'm rooting for her. I'd like to see. I hope that she can get an opportunity with Golden State. Um, the Aces signed Queen Egbo to a training camp deal. Um, the Minnesota Lynx claimed Grace Berger off waivers.
Shout out to my sister.
Um, so the Connecticut Sun have signed Layla Lacan to her rookie scale contract, and that makes me very happy because when I was watching some Layla Lacan stuff before the draft last year, and she kind of moved me, and I feel like Connecticut their their roster is kind of in limbo right now. I think that's the best way to put it. So
But hold on, because they got honestly though, I was saying this earlier. I was making a video earlier, and I was looking at Connecticut roster. They still deserve prayers, but it could be fun. They got Tina, they got Marina, they got Ono, they got they're gonna have Layla Lacan, they're gonna have
They remind me
Diamond and Shields. They could be having a good time there.
I
They
think they remind me of Washington last year.
explain that actually.
I think they're like they may not win a lot, but they're not gonna get like played off the floor consistently. Like I feel like most of their losses are gonna be close for the most part. I mean, and they just have very like solid players. Like they may not have any like world beaters or anything, but I think their roster is full of pretty solid players or like proven individuals outside of like Layla Khan. Um, especially if
I don't know.
especially if Connecticut continues to ignore Marina's trade request. It kind of reminds me of when like Peyton Pritchard tried to get out the Celtics and Brad Stevens was like, anyways, nigga. They like that. I have never like just seen someone just ignore a trade request like that. He was just like, let's just talk. You'll be all right. You good.
Hey, it worked out for him.
And it worked out. He ended up getting a championship, and now he's a prominent role. And I feel like they're gonna end up doing that to Marina.
So in the chat, somebody just said Washington winning meaningless games is why they missed out on Page. Now, yes,
No,
but
no, because
but
hold on.
but
Washington
so
was never gonna be a one. They were ever since they traded away Ryan Howard, they would never know peace. They were never getting that. They needed to win them games from around. I'm sorry to the girls.
okay. So what the thing to me, the difference between Washington last year and what this year's Connecticut team is shaking out to be, um, I knew what Washington's identity was
That
from
is
day
very
one.
fair.
Like I knew that was going to be one of the best defenses in the league. Now I don't know where they ended up, but I knew that they had very strong defensive personnel in the front court and the back court.
This is true, but this is
With
why.
this, with go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say like that's why I don't really see the like Connecticut person like I don't see the Connecticut comparison only because like Connecticut right now feels like the fucking 2023. No, because they made the playoffs. I was gonna say the 2023 Sky, but they made the playoffs, so no. Um, who didn't make the playoffs in 2023?
Let me see.
The
Fever,
Storm, the Fever.
the Storm. That the
Who's the
Storm.
who's the Jewel?
Tina Charles.
Oh no. Oh
I mean,
no.
see, but
Come
Oh
think about it
no.
though. So
on.
see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I
You
kind of, I mean, I get what you mean.
you see the vibe, right? Because it's
I get
like
what you mean.
there'll
So
be games where they'll be super fun, they'll be super into it. It's gonna be cool, but when they lose it, it's gonna look crazy.
Okay, I
It's gonna
do.
be a night where Tina don't play good. Like obviously she'll still maybe put up 20, but she put up 20 on 30 shots. Like it's gonna be one of those.
now,
I
and
I see like
I appreciate that Tina is still as good as she is at her age, but I do not think it is Connecticut's best interest for her to be taking the most shots on the team. Like it
I mean,
who's gonna
in
stop
their
her?
best, I mean, it's in their what it is. It's in their best interest to find that balance for the young players, but you also you need it. You need a safety valve. Like
Look,
playing off, like it. Playing offense is gonna get shaky, and
look,
sometimes you just got to give Tina the rock and
listen.
say she's gonna put this shot up. So
When I open this the Connecticut side website, you know who on the front? Tina Charles. Welcome back. Okay, so don't nobody give a fuck about none of that other stuff.
yeah,
Tina Charles will be getting the
you
ball.
give you give
Good luck
Tina
to
that
everybody
rock.
else.
This is the
Honestly, I don't think they'll be that bad though. Cause I mean, they still got oh no. Robin Parks could be a good
they got Natasha Cloud.
they still got Natasha Cloud.
yeah. So
They got
somebody
JC
so in
Sheldon. Year two JC Sheldon.
JC I forgot that they got JC in that trade. So in the chat somebody says the Dream learned the hard way featuring Tina on offense. Now I don't disagree, but the other side of that is the Dream were directionless on offense most of the time.
Facts. This
Like
is facts.
it felt like it felt like the play on offense was just Ryan do something.
And it looked like
Leash
it. And
Leash
Tina
do
said,
something.
nobody wants to do anything. I got you.
And then Tina was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. When I get the rock, it's going up. Y'all box out.
Somebody got to shoot. Somebody got to shoot. Like, come on. But you know what though? Not to be serious though, I don't think. I mean, I don't really think Tina gonna hijack the offense in that same way. But I do think she'll be taking the most shots. Like, it's absolutely. She absolutely is taking the most shots. Now, I do think her having Ono next to her is going to be really good. That because that could get really really fun. Um, that could get really fun. I'm feeling that. I'm really feeling that actually.
Yeah,
So,
I'm excited to see what being just in the locker room with a player like Tina does for Ono. I think that can help her a lot.
but too, the what where did the coach come from? Belgium.
Yeah, Belgium.
I mean, it seemed like he bring all his people over here anyway. So look, y'all five do whatever y'all want. We gonna be running plays for the next like EuroLeague. I got time for that. I got time for that.
Yeah,
Um,
I love Layla Khan as a prospect. So I'm interested to see what she brings to the W. I remember um I remember who I was reading that compared her to what Skylar Diggins Smith was when she was with Dallas, I believe.
Hmm.
So that could be interesting. That could be interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like if Ono takes a leap, Connecticut is a sneaky league pass all-star team.
Bro, they're the
No,
2023 Seattle
they already
Scores
that for me.
because
Yeah, they already that for me.
I'm telling you that they're really gonna be Seattle because Seattle was so fun, but they had a bunch of young people. They nobody know what they was doing, but they was having a good time.
I
Yeah,
guess
I'm.
I guess what makes me like I feel like Connecticut doesn't have a like okay, I'm not gonna say they don't have a bunch of young people, but I feel like they do have a good amount of people with experience though. And also when I think of Jewel Lloyd that year, like Jewel Lloyd had the scoring record. Like I just can't Te- Team Charles
Okay, I
not
see what you mean. I see what
that's why I was but I also understand what you're saying by like as the role as the scorer. Like it is for Seattle, it was we're gonna get this to Jewel and y'all figure that shit out yourselves. And in Connecticut, it might just be we gonna get this to Tina and y'all figure that shit out yourselves. But
I honestly feel like that's the vibes.
I could
Like,
also see Tina being like a backseat, like a little not backseat like all the way, but like
listen,
I want to see Ono grow.
this
I
is
want to see
Tina
Layla
Charles'
Khan grow.
farewell tour. This is her farewell tour. She is about like look, the first time Tina dropped 30, I will be reposting this. I will
She's
be posting this.
she's getting all her good karma accumulated, so when she does ring chase, it's not nasty. Like she could be like she can just cash it in. Like yeah, I tried to help as many young players as possible before I ring
I'm
chased.
screaming. I am screaming. Absolutely not. All right, anyway, continue. Let's start.
Um. Okay, but let's look at some more. So a couple of Vegas transactions. The Aces signed Tiffany Mitchell, and they traded two second round picks to the Chicago Sky for Dana Evans. How do you feel about the new additions in the backcourt?
It's crazy because I remember last episode I was saying like I wanted Dana, like I would be fine with Dana if like I was like the off season is off season and we've made it without bench pieces, but I do want Dana and getting that was nice. Um, I think she deserves a fresh start, and I'm glad it could be with my team because she's obviously good enough. Um, I know she was harshly criticized for certain plays last year in Chicago, but I think she has shown that she could be a good player in Chicago alongside great players. Like if she could play with Candace Parker, I feel like she could play with anybody. So, and then she has a very good backcourt of guards to learn under and gain things from. Like having Chelsea Gray and Jackie be able to show you the ropes in whatever way that you would like, in any way that you would want to lean. Like if you want to morph more into a PG role, you got Chelsea Gray right there. And if you want to learn if you want to get into your more scoring bag, like Jackie did, like Jackie has one of the craziest development stories like ever. Um, so if that's what you want to lean, you have a choose your character of of
How you want to
whatever
get there?
mentors like
And you didn't even say Jewel.
and I be see and it'd be crazy because I be forgetting she there like that's insane so
Greed. That's what it is.
yeah
Very
it
much
is
greed.
it
And then to
is
get Tiffany Mitchell.
it is
Tiffany Mitchell is kind of like the sleeper pick to me because Tiffany Mitchell just gets in and just like, we be talking about how like Michael Bridges only gives you 15. Tiffany Mitchell is like, I'm gonna give you 10. Like, no matter what, I'm gonna give you 10. 8 to 10. And honestly, that's all they need her to do.
She could be that. They were saying that about Brandon Ingram the other day too. They was like, if
Oh, he
if
only
you
get
need
15?
no, they were saying
Only 22.
if you need 18 to 22 points, he'll give you 18 to 22 points. But if you need 30 points, he's getting you 18 to 22 points. But yeah, I think at least off the top of my head, we probably have the best backcourt rotation in the league.
No, you don't, because my team has Sydney Golson and Jaylen Brown. You're cooked. You're cooked.
Uh,
My backcourt rotation is better than yours.
It's not. You didn't cook. You didn't cook. Y'all didn't eat that. I mean, y'all ate that, but it's not better than my rotation. So, yeah.
I think we're up there. Whatever you want to say.
I'll give y'all top 5. I got top 5.
Well, it's only 13 teams. We better be top 5.
I mean, points were made.
somebody got to be 6.
Exactly.
And it's not us.
Somebody got to be 13.
I don't think it's Vegas, but I mean somebody got.
We are at worst like top 3. Like
Nah,
you have a rotation
probably,
of Chelsea Gray, Jewel Lloyd. You could play Jackie at the 2 or 1. Tiffany Mitchell and Dana Evans. Like, that's nasty.
You can't just throw Jackie in there, bro. She's a 3.
See, I knew that's what you were doing, though.
But she's gonna play the 2. So, like,
no, she's
is she
wing,
not?
bro. Like, you getting over. You getting over.
Jackie is a wing, bro. I can't.
You getting over, for real.
Okay, bro. Oh, my bad. Anyway.
So,
but yeah, so I'm absolutely very satisfied with what they did. It's really just a matter of what is Liz Kitley gonna do for me? Like, in all seriousness, that's really what it's what, like, I know we got Asia and Cheyenne, but if Liz Kitley is serious, I
I'll
think
put it
it's
like this.
I think it's game over.
I'll put it like this. I'm not saying that Liz Kitley is not serious, because honestly, she might be. But I don't know how serious she's gonna be in year 1. And that's not really a slight to her. That's kind of just the nature of it.
I say that bump is different. Off of
Yeah.
ACL tear, girl.
She's gonna have a Blake Griffin arc.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah,
But they also did Queen and didn't they get somebody else?
Cheyenne.
They got Cheyenne.
It was just Queen and Cheyenne. They didn't get
Let me
another
see.
person.
Let me see.
To be completely honest with you,
I think I'm tripping.
I need KB off my team before training camp. But,
It's not happening, Key.
And I hate
no, it's not.
Yeah, get that out your spirit. Okay, maybe I'm tripping. I'm thinking.
No, those were the only they signed. It was Liz Kitley, CP, and Queen.
Okay, all right, yeah. I don't know the Aces. I'm cool. I'm all right with the Aces. I'm all right with them.
So, because of these flurry of moves that the Indiana Fever made, they also waived one Katie Lou Samuelson. Now, I don't think Indiana was the best fit for Katie Lou last year. It was the correct move for them to move on from her. But I still think that she could be valuable. Where do y'all think she should end up?
Come to the casinos.
Good luck.
Don't be mad at it.
As long as you're on my fucking team, I don't give a fuck where Katie Lou go. I am so blessed, bro.
Honestly,
say that about her. I won so bad.
Yeah, Indiana was just a no.
I think her main issue was it was the play on top of how much money she was making. I feel like it's more acceptable to not play well or not do whatever when you aren't making the most money on the team or whatever. But it's when your paycheck, when everybody paychecks come and yours fatter than everybody else's, and you were playing arguably the worst ball on the team or close to it, it's like then it's like, oh, this is funny looking.
The
So
crazy part though is I think that like genuinely like she digressed or regressed as the season went on. I'm like, at least when
Mhm.
we first put you out there, you couldn't defend nobody, but you was knocking down shots, so it was cool. Then you stopped knocking down the shots. So now you out there, you not defending, and you not knocking down the shots. What you doing here? What you doing here? What are you doing here? Now, I will say, I think a fun look for her. I was gonna say Minnesota, but I take that back. Seattle? Seattle lost Sammy Wickham. So
Okay. I see it.
now I, I don't hate that. I don't think she can I mean, the problem is she just can't defend. So
Yeah,
like
and that's
it's
why.
really hard to put her on the floor.
that
So
sounds
for
like she
me,
needs to go to the Mystics.
so for me, which is funny because wasn't Carly with the Mystics last year?
Carly, yeah, she is with the Mystics now.
Yeah, yeah, Carly's with the Mystics. But um, I think Minnesota, Minnesota and Vegas are probably the top two locations, I think, for her, mostly because those teams have the personnel to kind of hide her defensively to
Oh,
where it's like
okay.
we only need you to hit jumpers.
So what's the rotation for? Because I mean, I thought mini at first too, but like, what's the rotation? Because what you
Yeah,
gonna
she would
have her
have to
come off the
be
bench?
yeah, because she probably plays the role. Does she play the role that Maisha Hines Allen played?
No, because Maisha Allen was
She
a
can't. No,
booster. She
I was
was
gonna say
getting
she
there.
can't.
Like,
Now she yeah. It would have to be like I guess I mean in terms of minutes and deployment, but not in terms of role because Maisha Hines Allen she she guard up for one. And like she really does everything on the floor. So
mm, I
hmm,
mean, well, too. I do think Maisha's minutes like went down as the season went on. I mean, I know she
that's
got
true
there
too.
like end of the season,
Yeah,
but
she did get traded,
I know
but
that.
still, yeah,
Yeah. Um, I could. I don't know. I feel like she got to be on the floor with like Fee. Because
yeah.
like, do you
Like
sit
you,
do you sit down Atlanta like Fee guard the three? Do you put Atlanta Fee and
mm,
Hair out there?
nah, you probably it would probably have to be a lineup where you got Fee at the five.
That's insane.
Yeah, like it couldn't be an extended period. Like you would have to pick and choose. I guess I'm just trying to think of like I don't know.
What
Vegas
the
also works.
what about the Liberty?
Let's see who did the Liberty lose? I mean, they lost Kayla Thornton, but Katie Lou can't do that. But maybe they could just run some. See, you can't. The Liberty can't afford to run a offense only lineup. You can run. I guess you can go offense heavy, but I could live with New York. Actually,
Would
I
you
don't know
run a
what the
lineup
lineups
of
would look. I
like
don't know what the lineups would look like, but
Bebic, Benaja, Katie Lou, Stewie, Jonquil.
Are you
Who's
insane?
bringing the ball up?
I'm tripping.
Oh, Phoebe.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I
Jackson.
was thinking of. I was
Yeah.
like, is she not
Okay,
a?
Phoebe
Is she
Jackson.
not a?
Okay, I see what you mean.
Okay, I'm
That's a
sorry.
huge team.
Yeah,
That is a huge team. Okay, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But
mega ball.
yeah, that's that is a huge line.
They can't use her.
So I'm looking at Seattle made a lot of signings today. Um, they signed Erica Wheeler for one, and then today they made 3 signings, uh, including Mackenzie Holmes and Zaya Cook. I'm glad to see Mackenzie Holmes get a look in Seattle.
I'm glad Zaya's getting one too. I think we talked about this when we was texting. I think Skylar can help her out a lot. Skylar seems like a really great vet.
No, Skylar's insane. That's what it
That
is.
too. Like watching a just a crazy person work out and mentally prepare and get themselves together game by game, I'm sure will like inspire Zaya to
No,
like
it's either gonna
it's
we
either
see
gonna
what
make her or
happens.
break her.
Yeah, it's either gonna be like you either gonna be a Neca and be like, yeah, lock in, or you're gonna be a Jewel like I'm leaving. Get me away from this bitch. I can't. It's no. Look, I don't know what Zaya's personality. I'm concerned a little bit because Zaya, I feel like is always, at least in South Carolina, like she just kind of got to do whatever she want. And even when she was playing in LA, like Kurt ain't had no damn direction for her. That girl was getting out there and doing whatever she, felt was best. Whatever was in her spirit, she did it. It worked a lot of times for her out, but I don't think you can walk to Seattle and just do that. So I don't know if she gonna be like, y'all holding me back. But also, I mean, it's a training camp contract, so it's not, nothing's guaranteed for her. So maybe that changes her spirit a little bit. But I don't know. I'm scared for the girl. Mackenzie Holmes, though, love that for my sister. Love that for my sister. Now, how tall is Mackenzie Holmes? I think she's 6'5". She's only 6'3". Wow. She's little. I mean, she's not little, but
Yeah,
Interesting.
6'3".
Interesting. I don't know. She plays around the rim really well.
Yeah, I think her playing with somebody like NECA and Ezzy, I think that would be helpful. Also, get well soon to Jordan Horston, who will miss the season with an ACL injury.
It's not
I
fair.
am I am devastated. Like when she was coming out of Tennessee, I was like, nah, she like that.
Listen, Jordy was why the 2023 Seattle was fine. They had
Yes,
her and
yes.
Dulcie and Ivana just doing anything. We wasn't really.
It was a fun team. Now that I'm thinking about now that I'm thinking about it.
We don't know what we were missing. But no, I like those signings for them. Brianna Frazier too is. I think she had I think she went to camp with New York. Was it 2 years ago? That would be cool to see her try to make her way back too.
Yeah,
um,
she was. Yeah, Breonna Fraser was with the Liberty.
okay. I was like, her name looks super familiar. Um, did we talk about Mercedes Russell with LA? Um, I'm kind kind of shocked Vegas didn't call her.
Yeah.
Maybe they did, but yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised to see her end up with LA. I don't mind that though. Like,
I don't either. I think somebody needed her. Um,
yeah, I think she's a useful player.
but yeah, I was shocked that she did end up in Vegas. Taylor Soule with the Mystics. You know, we have to move. Minnesota can no longer be the land of misfit toys. It has to be the Mystics now. Because they just gathering anybody over there. But I like it. I like it. Emily Inksler, Taylor Soule, Suge Sutton. Let the girls just do whatever they
Just
want.
play ball, yeah.
Did y'all watch the press conference?
I did not, but I did not hear great things.
I didn't, not a single thing. Everybody I seen who watched it was like, this is crazy. Like, what is going on? And that's not a good sign. I don't want to watch it because I don't even want to get the impression of them. But I don't know. Rip to the Mystics, man. Rip to the Mystics.
I don't know if they'll get right until EDD comes back.
I wonder if my sister will come back.
All I need is a healthy Shakira season. I think that will change their lives.
Well, I'm really hoping she does come back healthy. I mean, her and Aaliyah, if they could play the whole season, they might be on something.
Shakira and Aaliyah having a healthy season. I just imagine that picture. Like, we changed these broke ass niggas' lives. Like, it's just, I just feel like them. It's that Bugatti in front of that trailer park. Like, they could really
see the thing about these rosters too is these teams are usually a leap from one player away from making noise. Like the for a lot of these teams, they'll have uh they have a group of players that are around the same level, but if one of those players emerges, now your team really got something to work with. And so for Washington, if you can get a healthy Shakira Austin season, you get a full season of Aaliyah Edwards doing what Aaliyah Edwards does. That can be a formidable team. I'm not saying they're necessarily a playoff team yet, because there's a lot of talent at the top. But I mean, none of us expected Chicago to be in the playoff hunt with a week left in the season last year. So who knows?
We talked about this last week. The league changes hands really fast, and teams go from really bad to sorry and sorry to really good very quickly. If Shakira Austin and Aaliyah have really good seasons, I can most certainly see free agents being like, "Oh, I need a piece of that." Like, this is a really good youth movement. The same way people are doing that with Chicago right now. Like, Chicago didn't have the greatest PR as far as they have very similar PR to Connecticut as far as like the shit that they weren't doing facility wise, like from that birthday cake to the shit. Didn't they have some at the Y two or like Angel's press conference was like
It was
They ain't get that girl no balloon art.
yeah,
They
it was
embarrassed.
but the on-court product was promising. They exceeded major expectations. People see the way Angel played and like just the way she is as a person, and people seeing the way that Camilla is and how she is on and off court. And now they're like, okay, like Chicago is growing into something that I would like to be a part of. So Chicago could be a very formidable team. They have the third pick, third.
oh, third, yeah.
So it's a lot to look forward to. So I can see the same thing for the Mystics if Shakira and Aaliyah do what they need to do. But it's just a matter of them staying healthy.
So, last thing, there are 4 players remaining in the Unrivaled 1v1 tournament, and that the finale, I think they're finishing it tomorrow.
Yes, at 7, I believe.
Yeah. So there are 4 players left. They're Azare Stevens, Nafisa Collier, Aaliyah Edwards, and Arike Agumbawale. Who is your champion?
I needed Arike to win it all. That's my champ.
Exactly. I'm not rooting for the rest of them. Boo.
I want Aaliyah Edwards to win.
Azare Stevens going this far.
I do.
I'm biggest out right now. Come on.
He caught me there.
Listen, okay, so here's the thing. When Aaliyah Edwards beat Stewie, I was like, kind of hope she win the whole thing. I was like, now I'm not saying I don't think she beats Arike because Arike is her matchup tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't think she beats Arike, but I would love to see that. I would love to see that.
I think to officiate the damn game.
Well,
which that was insane. That was
I see, and I know having 1v1 in like this type of atmosphere is a little different, but this 1-on-1 don't look like the way I play 1-on-1. Put it like that. But yeah,
I feel like. I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say it looked a little different to me. Like it's taking some getting used to in the format. I do like it as a concept though, but I don't know. I do think I think next year there'll probably be some kinks ironed out. But I do think I do like it as a concept.
I think it was criminal. I think it was criminal, and I'm gonna just say this. Damn, what I was about to say. I just lost it. Oh, I know what to say. It's criminal, and it's like having refs there. So, like to me, with the precedent of having refs, you're gonna call it like you would call any other game, right? Like there are offensive fouls. There are offensive fouls in a regular basketball game. If there were not refs and everybody was calling their own fouls, I would be like, okay, shit get a little sticky sometimes. But then I think there's like an understanding between both parties that like, all right, you're doing too much. But the officiating, I mean, I feel like there are a lot of things that just kind of went wrong, especially with like it started with the bracket, because putting out a bracket with what 30 people or whatever.
Yeah, it was, and then it was like, and then injuries. I know injuries took some. Yeah,
you got random people getting buys. Why was Stewie getting a buy in the?
Yeah, because the matchups were getting hurt. Yeah,
like that don't even make sense. That don't make sense.
Because who all didn't play? Stewie and Sabrina, and that was it.
It wasn't. No, okay, so
a bunch of people didn't play. Kayla McBride didn't play. AT didn't play.
Natasha Cloud didn't play. Tiffany Hayes did not play. Kayla McBride, Brittany Sykes, Kate Martin, Marina Mabry, none of them played.
Then it's like, girl, just reorganize the bracket.
Yeah.
Like, just move the numbers up. Like, and And if you start giving people buys, all right, the first round they get a buy. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't. That didn't. I don't.
Something I would like to see. Something I would like to see. I'd like to see players calling their own fouls. It's not something that I think will happen, but I would like to see that. Just because whenever there's officiating, there's always a thing where people will say the officials want the game to be about them. So,
Okay, but hold
uh,
on. You gotta like just the way that the first game was officiated and the last game, they were officiating two completely different ways. Like they started off like, okay, like let it be a little aggressive, but not too much. You start letting the shoulder foul. Like, and then you get to the end and motherfuckers like lips bleeding. They're like, what how did we like there's a
like,
lot of room there. There's a lot of room there
like
for
we are
the
not
pick.
on one accord.
At all. Not even close to being on one accord. What is happening right now?
Yeah, I think that's
But
fair.
yeah, I do think calling their own fouls. I feel like honestly that's what I thought they would have done. Because again, like if you playing against somebody, there's an agreement of like don't do too much. Like
Mm.
there's a level of that, and it's like okay, it's a very obvious foul, you're cooked. But that was insane. I think the only my suggestion was to if they're gonna do the pods thing, I would sort them by height.
Mm. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and sort them by height, and then like your final four, you got one person from each height
They
group.
could they could even sort it similarly to the way that they did the draft. When they did the draft for the unrivaled teams, they had players in categories based on skill sets, kind of. Like it wasn't a perfect 1-to-1, which of course is gonna happen. But I think that'd be a good way to do it.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think I think I think Nafisa Collier is gonna win it just because I think she taking it pretty serious. So I mean, and not to say that she shouldn't, but I think that she is, and I think that she is going to. It's hard to. It's hard. It would be hard for me to pick against her.
yeah. I'm gonna bet on Enrique, but I'm not even gonna be realistic. I don't give a fuck. I think Enrique's gonna win. The thing is about Enrique, if she get ball first and she don't miss, like she was this close to cooking Satu, like this close.
Yeah,
And I
and
already told y'all what I said, and God knew. That's all I'm saying. God knew. Um, Granted, I do think Fee obviously will like defend her harder, but I don't know. I kind of need to see that matchup so that so that discourse about the 2019 Rookie of the Year, we can start that back up. Let's start that back up. Let's wake that up. Let's wake that up.
yeah, I would be with that. I would be with seeing those two in the finals. Actually, um, Azure has been very fun to watch.
I was about to say
Yeah,
that we're not talking about Azrae, but she slick could probably beat Fee. I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie.
she's been very fun to watch in this tournament. Like she has a very unique skill set.
She's been my favorite surprise.
And
Yeah,
she's a
yeah,
real 6'6". I did not know that lady was that big.
yeah. My
I was
that
some
could be
people kept
interesting.
wanting her to be a center. And I was like, why are y'all putting a 6'3" girl at the center? Like that don't make sense. That lady is not a 6'3". I'm the drama.
Well, when we seen her at the All-Star game, I knew she was taller than me.
Well, see, that's, you know what's so funny though? Like, I remember seeing her and being like, damn, she kind of tall. But it never registered to me that like she's big. Like she's like actually like she's not 6'3" big. She's like, no, actually, like, you know I'm a professional basketball player big. Like,
She's like,
and I don't think I registered that when I saw her. I'm pretty
she's
sure I walked past her and I don't think it registered in my mind. I was watching it.
it's like how like NFL players are big until they stand next to NBA players, and it's like, oh, y'all are the tall. Like NFL players look huge, and then they stand next to like Trae Young, and it's like, oh, you're not they're not as big as I thought, actually.
That is so
But
funny.
yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I still, you know, I was gonna say I want Aaliyah Edwards to win, and part of me does, but the other part of me wants a player from the vinyl to bring it home. So Enrique, please get the job done.
We need some good fucking karma. We cannot like we need a
It's
win, bro.
been it's been rough. It's been rough the last couple of weeks over here. So
We need that. We need that bad, actually. Um, this is I don't want us to spend too much time on this because I know the game about to start. But um I just saw on Twitter, Lisa Leslie is on Angel Reese's podcast right now. Well, not right now, but the episode dropped today. And she's talking about how she was in the running to be a head coach. And but she got turned. She wanted to be a WNBA head coach, but she got turned down twice. Do you have an initial thought?
hmm.
My initial thought is, if you coach in the Big Three, I don't know if I need that.
Okay.
And
This is
I'm sorry to say, but it's like, is this what I'm picking from?
this is what I'll say. This is what I'll say. Get Lisa Leslie on somebody's staff.
Okay,
I
you can
would
say that.
prefer that. I would prefer that. I need you to prove to me that you can actually help somebody because I feel like there's a 1v1 coaching somebody is so much different than coaching a whole team.
Dale Handy, I'm looking at you.
Exactly. Exactly. Let that lady coach it on Rival next season. And you get her on the phone, let her be a facilitator. We need to see something first. We need to see the resume.
I definitely understand, you know, as a black person, especially as a black woman, there's so many more hoops that you have to jump through a normal person. I understand the stigma that WNBA has. They definitely do look funny when it comes to, and they definitely act funny. Like this is not like just a visual thing. Like this is something that you could like see when it comes to black coaches, or like they don't get as much leeway compared to other coaches. Whatever. In this particular case, she just don't. It got nothing for me to vouch for her for outside of, or much
Merit.
outside of
Yeah.
Yeah.
merit, and you were really, really good when you played. And
Yeah.
that does not translate all the time. If anything, I
It
feel
shouldn't.
like
It shouldn't be a
yeah,
thing.
it
JJ
I feel
Redick is
like
going to hell for starting this trend. Prison him.
And don't
it's funny
and
because
don't help.
It's funny because JJ Redick is doing a good job.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say, I feel like when you're really good at your sport, it's harder for you to be a coach because you don't understand what the average player sees. Like you were so good, you just view the game so much differently. Like I think JJ Redick is able to be as good as he is.
Because he wasn't the guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like he had to really work to get himself a certain way. He had to really learn his spots to be good. And so he's able to be like, all right, well, this needs to be here, this needs to be here, this needs to be here. when these other coaches come in and they were the best players on their teams or they led other people to championships or whatever, they always stink because they're like, why can't you just do this? And it's like, nigga, I'm not you, actually. That's why I can't do that. That's why when
when stuff
these top, oh, my bad.
like no, I was gonna say it's one of those things where like um in the 90s, the Lakers hired Magic Johnson to be their head coach. He coached for 16 games and he quit. He was like, I cannot do this.
Exactly.
Like
What are you doing?
he's like, nah, I can't do this. He coached for 16 games, went 5-11, and was like, actually, no.
I'm sure he felt like, why won't you just hee hee to that other person over in that corner? Like, why won't you just do that? It's right there.
No way,
But
bro.
it's
No
that,
way.
but Magic, it's not right there. I can't do that. I know you could. I can't do that. And that's another reason why I don't really like when top players are analysts because they usually do not have a well thought out version of the game. Because to them, that's why I feel like Shaq and Charles, but especially Shaq, struggles because Shaq is very just, why don't you just turn around and dunk the ball?
They
And
have
it's
no,
like,
yeah, they have no
nigga,
perception of the game.
what?
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
It's
I
it's
can't
like
do that.
why don't you just it's like why don't you just go out there and be better than everybody? That was what I did. I went out
He
there and I was
literally
better than
wasn't he
everybody.
going on a rant about like Bo, like he wanted to pick him because he was the biggest person. I was like, has he played a minute? Like, why would you even like?
Shaq feels like if you are over 6'11", you are supposed to just back the person down, turn around and dunk every time. And there is no there's no excuse to why you can't. And it's like because you are an irregular person in an irregular body, you don't understand that it's not that simple. But it was that simple to you, so you don't know.
Yeah, it was just like you were just that. It's like you were just that good.
Yeah.
It's like what you were doing was not a normal thing. Like you were not a normal basketball player. It was just it's one of the things where it's like I don't know if I could see Candace Parker being a coach because
Well,
because here's the thing, like
I
Candace,
feel like
because
Candace Parker has a very good like view of the game, though.
oh, I agree. Just like see, I feel similarly about Candace the way that I do Magic because you could tell by the way that they played that it was like they saw the game so far ahead
Hmm.
and like the basketball IQ was so high. But because the basketball IQ is so high, it makes it difficult to teach that because it's like, what do you mean you don't see this?
Yeah.
It's like, it feels like that. Like I feel like if Candace was like a player development coach, that could work. But I feel like as a head coach, I'm less certain.
Yeah, I think players like that have to ease in to being a head coach. Like you have to, like Jay said, player development coach, get into the mind of, oh, this is what this person sees in comparison to me. So I need to learn how to reach this one person before I figure out how to reach multiple people at the same time.
I
Because
think it's something, yeah.
that's another thing about coaching is like you're trying to teach 12 to 15 people something at the same time. Everyone doesn't learn the same way or at the same speed. And I also am
They're
sure
not the
that
same
is
place in
can
their career either.
that can be really frustrating as well because it's like, well, three of these niggas get what I'm trying to say, and these other nine don't. And this is pissing me off because why don't y'all understand that all you have to do is cut or
Yeah.
don't shoot that or pass this way. It's I could like you got to get to one. So I love Lisa Leslie. She's great. I but the big three is not moving me. I love you though. But let's work our way into that.
Yeah, I would love to see Lisa Leslie as a coach though. Like I would love to see her work her way up to that.
I just
I
want
would
to
say too,
say,
I feel like honestly, if she shows Angel some a little bit in this, depending on how Angel jumped to her sophomore year, I don't know, she might get out there and credit Lisa Leslie, and then she might get some calls. So,
Yep.
which I think will make a difference. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would lob her to it. I don't think there are many players that I would lob into a head coach position.
Yeah, it's just one of them things where I feel like as a head coach, there has to be some coaching experience there. And not to say that people, not to say that there's some people that don't just, have a knack for it and can just hit the ground running and be great, but that feels difficult to gauge.
I also do, I think it's part of it is like a personality thing too. Like,
Mm.
I don't know. Like to the Candace Parker point, like I think she does see the game well, but Candace is a goat, so don't jump me. But the way she be talking sometimes, I'm like, why would I like? She has such like a monotone, like it's like,
Yeah.
girl, what are you saying? I'm not listening to you. Like, and it's not out of like a disrespectful, but it's just like
Yeah, yeah,
I can't even
yeah.
hear
I
you.
know
I
what you
don't know what
mean,
you're
though.
saying. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to throw that to y'all since people are on the timeline talking about it. Um, but yeah,
before Jay, you say the line, I just want to say them putting this UCLA and USC game on Peacock is pissing me off. Why
why?
is one of the biggest games of the year only on Peacock? Only?
Oh, true. Well, yeah.
I can't. I went to YouTube TV to watch this game, and that shit says unavailable. I had to look up where to watch it, and that shit only says Peacock. What are we doing?
I mean, I did kind of yeah. I mean, I know
This is
Peacock.
not a thumbs up moment, Zoom.
Oh, somebody's upset. Um, yeah. Okay, enough. Anyway,
Yeah, that's it. That's all I had to say.
All right. Well, all hearts and minds are clear over here.
Well, this has been another episode of Pull Up 3. I am Paragon Dunn,
I'm Jamae.
And I'm Jay Trent.
and we are out. Is it?
Get it.
Yeah.